Hello, and welcome to our 10th episode of Technically Speaking. Last week we talked about New Year, not so new us, but it is New Year, new swag. So thank you, Women of Unqork. We're repping today, our women's organization. Today, I want to talk about how we drive adoption on products and the tools we're working on. Doesn't have to be a full product. When we think about adoption of Unqork's products and tools, different areas of Unqork think about adoption in different ways. When I think about Unqork Digital, where I work, we think about the client's adoption of the applications we build for them and their adoption of best practices in configuring on Unqork. Our platform team is looking at the adoption of our new components and platform features. Our go-to-market team is looking at both. They're looking at the adoption of Unqork into a client's technology stack. How do we go about bringing them all together to drive adoption of applications, components, platform, and more broadly, codeless as a service, which each of us at Unqork are responsible for? I want to start with our W questions. First up, what? Let's start with what product adoption is. For me, it's a journey from that initial aha moment where a user realizes that there's expected value of the product, whether that's a component, platform, something we've built on top of it, all the way to the active use of whatever that product is, because they get real value from it, value that they can touch and feel. For us at Unqork, that could mean focusing on the customer journey from the moment they heard about Unqork on Twitch or LinkedIn and were introduced to the product and codeless as a service, all the way to the moment that they're building applications on their own. Or, as I talked about earlier, could be a subset of that journey, like from the moment that a client's business unit decided Unqork was the right tool to build their client onboarding until they have users working in Unqork to onboard clients daily. Our second W, why? Why do we care about product adoption? What does it mean to us? Well, I think the first answer is going to surprise nobody. Second one might surprise you. Our first answer, revenue. The more people that want to use Unqork to solve their business problems or have Unqork Digital build their products, the more revenue they bring to Unqork. But if they don't find value and don't adopt the products, they're not going to come back and we're not going to build revenue. The second is that adoption of products or lack of adoption gives us a really, really great insight into what is working or not working for our clients and how we can adjust our development cycle. Let's take an example on this one because it's a little more abstract than the revenue. And be warned, I'm using an extreme example that I don't think would ever happen, but product managers, let me know. Let's say Unqork is making a new component. It's going to be a knitting component. And when the user enters a number into the component, this knitting component pings the knitting machine, which knits a blanket with that many rows. Well, Unqork thinks this is a great component, tons of uses. Our clients are wondering why on earth we thought they might need to knit some blankets. A bank is probably going, I have no need for this ever. And when adoption of that component is low, as we're now thinking we might expect it to be, it gives us the opportunity to look back at how that component came to be. In this case, maybe somebody internal with a knitting hobby thought this would be a great tool to have. Or maybe we have one healthcare client trying to make baby blankets quickly and requested it. Looking back at what we decided to do, how we decided to do it, how it got prioritized, and if our process works, is the benefit of tracking adoption. In a less dramatic case, this might lead to discoveries about usability, usefulness, and trade-offs creators are making when using the platform or applications we built. Lastly, our non-WW question, how? How do we drive adoption of the things we design and build? To answer this, I want to go back to that aha moment I mentioned when describing what a product adoption is. It's my favorite part of working with clients. And Unqork does so many amazing things and has lots of cool features that bring that about. Unqork Digital has built incredible applications with deeply technical configurations. But when I speak to a client, there are usually the same few things that make our platform and our builds stand out. These features are the ones that make the value of Unqork click for users. When people finally realize that value, that's the aha moment. The efforts we make to drive product adoption should focus on helping our users uncover these moments. And sometimes watching them happen in real life is amazing to see. But it's also important to understand that the moments may not look the same for all of our users, particularly the more and more complex our product and our builds get. The first step for us is knowing which things drive those aha moments. In speaking with our go-to-market team who work with clients every day, some of their answers surprised me. They see aha moments many times when they're talking about Unqork in three things: return on investment, how quickly we can get them to market, and with security regulations. That's the one that got me. By understanding our aha moments and the steps users take before reaching that moment, we can work to validate our assumptions and develop strategies around product adoption based on different paths your customers or our customers may take. The second way I think about a drive to adoption is enablement. If the product, application, component, whatever it is that we built is too hard to use or difficult to understand or not explain the right way, adoption is going to be an uphill battle. People will give up. Our Unqork enablement team are absolute rock stars in making sure our users have the information they need to do their jobs and develop in Unqork, use the right components for the job, and make sure our creators are appropriately onboarded. But how do we do something similar for the applications we built in Unqork? We document how we configured it, share user guides, and demo the back end, the front end, and both together, allowing us to create these aha moments and turn them into full onboarding experiences to our Unqork platform. Lastly, we all have to be prepared for shifts in the journey. Our clients and creators are solving new problems all the time. Their business worlds are changing. What drove them to pick Unqork for their first project and gave them their first aha moment may not be what keeps them coming back for new projects. And we need to be aware of that when we're working with them. We need to be responsive and agile to market trends, client needs, and the reality of how our projects are being adopted. To keep all of our users engaged, we need to keep asking ourselves what changes could force users to go forwards or backwards in their product adoption, and then personalize our mission with them and how we're going to do it to move forward. To summarize where we're at, we want our users to adopt our products and services, and to do that, we need to drive them to more aha moments. We can drive them to new aha moments by understanding their needs, sharing our process, our documents and demos, and customizing their journey to fit where they are at any given moment. And lastly, continuing to empathize with and adjust to our clients allows us to bring them many, many more aha moments and continue to enjoy watching them love our products. I cannot wait to hear all about the aha moments that have made your time working with Unqork, either as an employee or a client, better. So share them in the chat, and we'll see you next time.